Welcome, Aces, back to our next lesson. All right, we're going to play a couple rounds of Rhythm Detective. Here are your rhythm choices. We have do, do day, do ta data, a beat of silence, which we call a quarter rest, or do, which we call a half note. All right, your job is to listen to what I clap it back to me, and then try to put that rhythm language in. Try to figure out which notes are going to go where in the pattern. Here's your first pattern. Now, it did have a beat 4 in there, so be careful. Make sure you account for that. Ready? Here it is again. All right, let's see if you got it. Here was the rhythm. It was do, day, do, rest. Hopefully you got close, maybe a little bit here and there. Maybe you got the whole thing. Let's try another pattern. Here's the first time listening. Ready? Second time listening. All right, let's see how you did. That was do, do ta day ta, do day do. How did it go? Did you get some of it? All right, last pattern that we're gonna try to decode. We call this decoding, where you listen to something and you translate it into our rhythm language. Here it is. One more time. You might want to watch just so you can get a little bit more information. Let's see if you got it. There it is. Do, day, do. Now it's hard to know, was this a half note or was it a quarter note with a quarter rest? It could have very well been do, rest, do, day, do. So if you had that, you basically got. All right, thanks. We'll play some more Rhythm Detective or Pitch Detective in future lessons. Here we go. We're going to read a few rhythms off the music staff today. So quick reminder about the music staff and how it works. Remember, there are 5 lines and there are 4 spaces, although we have the space above and below, which makes it more like 6 spaces. Notes can go on the lines, which means the lines go right through the note heads, just like you see here, or notes can go in the spaces, which means they're in between the lines. If we add in all the notes in each line and space it would look like this. Now, this might not be like a song, but it shows you that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 pitches that we can notate on just these lines and spaces of the music staff. There are actually more that go below. There's a way to show more that go below. They don't have full lines, but we can write kind of short lines. They're called ledger lines, below and above, to go higher and lower than this. But we're really just focusing on this part of the music staff for right now. Remember that we read the music staff left to right. Sorry, I always do that on the camera, and I think that's reversed. So just like words in a book or words of a sentence, we read left to right. but we are reading all the lines and spaces at once. So check that red line out as it goes across. Whatever note that it passes over is the note that we would play at that time. So it would go do 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 as we read that read those music notes. The note heads tell us what pitch to sing or perform on an instrument, depending on which line or space that they are in. And the stems and the beams tell us the rhythm. So this tells me that it's 2/8 notes, that it goes at a do-day or jogging speed. This tells me that it goes at a walk speed, and sometimes we have note heads that are not filled in, which tell us that it's a longer sound. So because this one has a stem and unfilled note head, it means it takes up 2 beats. Do. All right, that's how we know that. The music staff can be used with any instrument or voice. And even though there might be a different clef or a different starting kind of pitch or anchor pitch, it can be used the same way. The notes are notated the same way. So solfege, when we start thinking about do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, we have we can put those pitches into these lines and spaces as well. Now these are not always the same, but for today, do is going to be on this space, which means that if you see a note head in that space, it's going to be a do pitch. Re is a step above, which means that it goes on the line above do for right now. And mi would be in the space because that's also a step. And if we keep going, we have fa and we have sol and la. Now I didn't put a fa note head in because we're not going to use fa right now, but if there was, it would be on this line here. So these letters are not always going to be there. If you got a piece of music, they would not be there telling you this is do and this is re and this is mi. But as we practice this, we are going to start with that, and then we'll try to take a little bit away so that you can practice without them as well. So as we go here, we're going to look at 3 patterns, and we're going to sing them. I'm going to sing them, but I want you to look at the notes as we go. I will sing them, and then you sing it back to me. Ready? This one's going to go like this. Do, do, re, 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 mi, mi, re. Your turn. Ready, go. Ready, go. One more time. Do, do, re, 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 mi, mi, re. Your turn. Ready, go. All right, you can see how there were different. This one had 1 beam. This one had 2 beams. Sometimes it's kind of hard to see which ones are the staff line and which ones are the beams, but the beams are thicker. So we had 2/8 notes, then we had 4/16 notes, 2/8 notes, and then quarter note here. Here's our next pattern. Now we have one that has 2/8 notes. They're connected with a beam, but they're not on the same pitch. So we have kind of a diagonal beam on this one. And this one's going to sound like so, sol, la, so, mi. Your turn. Ready, go. Right? We know that because of the note heads being across from those different pitches. We also know this is a step up, step down from this one, and this one is a skip down. It skips over this line, so we call it a skip. Last one for today. Do, re, mi, sol, la, so, mi. Your turn. Ready, go. Now this one, none of the pitches are the same for the next note. They're always either stepping up or stepping down or skipping down. So where there's a lot of upward and downward movement in this one. The higher the note head is on the music staff, the higher the pitch is going to be. The lower it is, the lower liner space it is, then the lower the pitch is going to be. All right, so that brings us to the end. Your Seesaw assignment for today is just to sing 2 patterns back to me, and I'm going to show you real quick how to do that. If I go over to my Seesaw activity, here are directions that you are welcome to read. When you're ready, you're going to click Add Response. If you need to review the instructions, you can click on View Instructions. There's also some written here. But you do need to be able to know where the caption button is. So first you're going to click on the microphone, but then the caption button is down here. When I click on the microphone, it's going to count down. When it says go, I can click on the caption button, and then I do have to click on play as well. Okay, so I have to click on here. Then you're going to hear my voice. I'm going to sing 2 patterns to you, and then you sing them right back to me. I don't say ready, go, or anything like that. So I sing, and then you repeat it back to me. Use your singing voice. Try to make your voice match pitch with mine and with the pattern that you hear, and then we'll be done. So take a quick listen. Click on the microphone button if you have not already done so. I already did. Now listen to the patterns and sing them back to Mr. C right away. And your goal is to use your singing voice and try to match the pitch of the pattern. Here's the first pattern. Do, do, re, re, mi, re. Do, do, re, re, mi, re. And here's the second pattern. Do, re, mi, so, la, so, mi. Do, re, mi, so, la, so, mi. Thanks. And then click the done. And then click the check mark to submit. All right. So that is your Seesaw response for today. I hope you have a great week and stay warm, everyone. And I will see you again next week. Bye.